Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the episode 2, but the very first official episode of Treble. Now, my first episode is a little introduction I did of myself. I recorded it literally 20 minutes before starting to record this. And, expressing myself why I started to this podcast. So if you're interested in that, go check out episode 1. But officially, this will be episode 1 of Treble. And today I am talking about Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. Can't forget can't forget Benny, to be honest. And their album, I Said I Love You First. Now, the reason why I'm starting with this episode and nothing that's happening current, because it's been about a month and a half since this album was released, I really missed the opportunity to listen, react, do my commentary on this album and truly show people why I like this album and why I feel like you should like this album as well. I saw a lot of negative reviews on this. Not a lot. I saw a couple people really shitting on this album and not being appreciative of what she has done and what she's doing, because she is doing, they may not be out of this world, but she is giving us music. And that was something that she stated last year that she was not working on. She wasn't in the studio. She wasn't feeling like she should release music. Now, I don't know if it had to do something with Interscope or the fact that when it came down to performing Lose You to Love Me at the AMAs, and it wasn't received very well. I could have done that. Her confidence in music really lacked and she was just not ready to come back. But I'm actually glad that Benny brought her out of that funk and started to make his magic and really do a solid album. I really do think this album is solid. It's not her best. I will say that it is not her best album, but there are very strong tracks here that have beautiful lyrics, even the instrumentation and production and all the good things that come with creating music. They did a really good job. They did a really, really good job. And so, so welcome to the show. I don't even know if I said my name. My name is Cesar Vacci. I want to, I'm telling you guys in my other video, my introduction video, I just said, I'm going to be raw, real. If I fumble, I fumble. I keep going. If I fumble my words, it's okay. It's going to happen. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be super pretty and all of that. But like I said before, I also want to do very minimal editing. But back to the album, I really do think that it's solid. It's a solid album. But before we get into that, I actually want to do something that's one of my favorite things to do is talk about past music, right? Talk about past music that I actually like from certain artists. So let me just give you the songs that I feel like you should check out from Selena if you have not. A lot of people have not heard her music. And why? Because they've never been intrigued to listen to her music or anything like that. And that's okay. That is okay. But I've always liked her since she started releasing music through Disney. Through Disney, the Disney Channel days and everything. Her first album with the scene when she was Selena Gomez in the scene with her band. And so, so my favorite track from her first album that I think you should listen to is called I Won't Apologize. It's just a song about being unapologetic. And so I think it fits perfect with what I'm trying to achieve here with Treble and just have that ability to be expressive and have the freedom and not care what people have to say. So definitely go check that out. The next song is Off the Chain from her album A Year Without Rain. Now that song is beautiful. It's about falling in love and how it feels to be in love. And so I think it's a very beautiful song for you. It's not a ballad. It's not slower. It's like a mid-tempo pop, right? You can still groove to it. From her album When the Sun Comes Down, there's a song called Outlaw. Now in this song, the words are the verses are very strategic, right? It's about a guy who's messing around with her friend and she's not really loving that because she knows he's kind of like a player. And so the interesting part in the bridge switches the whole concept and she's like, I kind of want you. And so it's very playful, very unique. It's not like a big heavy song, another mid-tempo song with those all other elements that come with the scene with her band. And so, yeah, definitely check out that song if you have not. Next, off her Star Stance album, which is her last album, official album with Hollywood Records. It's called Undercover. And I think this song should have been a single. I honestly think this song should have been a single. Why? Because it was one of the stronger tracks in that album. And I think it was up there with like Come and Get It. I actually like Undercover a lot better than Come and Get It. I understand why Come and Get It was the single because it was very catchy, very fresh, something unique, right? With that intro, with like the Bollywood type of sound. And so I think this one would have been a very strong contender. But I think the reason why it wasn't is because it has a little bit of a sensual feeling to it, little sensual lyrics and innuendos that you're just kind of like, it's a little bit more adult. So I don't think Hollywood Records would have done it as a single. From her compilation album For You, which was like the last album with Hollywood Records, in which she just put like her greatest hits all in one album. She did have two songs, two songs that she created for this album. One called Do It, another kind of song that's kind of more adult. So definitely, I'm not telling you to go check that one out, but if you want to, go for it. But the one you should is The Heart Wants What It Wants. That ballad is so beautiful. I think it's one of my favorite ballads from her because it's so true, so real, so raw about you wanting to be in a specific relationship with that person who's hurting you. And so you can't let go, and the heart wants him, wants her. And so I feel like it's a very universal topic that we either all kind of go through or that you may be experiencing right now. Who knows? Right? So then next, officially transitioning to Interscope, with her record Revival, which I think is one of her best albums out there. I think Revival was the album that really she needed to transition into the woman she is, right? She had songs like Good For You. Definitely go check out Good For You, but the dirty version. There's a specific couple of lyrics in those changes from the song that's official single, like that's put out there on streaming services in her album, to that dirty version that make it more impactful, make it more like she should have done this, that she shouldn't have been afraid to release the dirty version. That definitely check that one out. There's another song called Me and the Rhythm. I think that's a beautiful pop song, straight pop, get you to the floor, dancing. It's the type of sound that I feel like it's the type of sound that I think she can expand on and suits her voice very well. Another perfect song, no pun intended, is called Perfect. And this ballad, it's just heartbreaking, like so heartbreaking that you're just like, what in the world? And the lyrics and the idea of you wanting to be her, like that's with the guy because like you're just still in love. It's crazy, like to even think that, right? And not to say people don't think it. I don't know what people think, but the whole theme and the whole topic of that song is literally perfect. So those songs from Revival, definitely check those out. During her Droplets era, I would say Fetish was her best. I think if you have not listened to this, definitely go check it out. It's kind of like a Good For You 2.0 type of vibe. And so I think that song's you need to go listen to that. Okay. Next is Rare. So there's a song called Vulnerable, which is my favorite. I want to say like my second favorite song from Selena. I think Vulnerable is so beautifully done. The lyrics mean so much. It's about you just being vulnerable to your partner, and no matter what, you're going to be vulnerable because you believe in this relationship. You believe that you should be giving it your all when it comes to being in a relationship, in a partnership, or anything like that. And so this song's beautifully, beautifully written. And even the production is so different, so unique, because you might think that it's like a dance track, but it's kind of like a mid-tempo track, but then just so many elements, so many undertones, so much production that goes under it that you're like, wow, this is a masterpiece. And then next, from her Revelación EP, I understand why Baila Conmigo with featuring Rar was actually the single, because it's like the most commercial success, quote unquote. But I think where she really strives and succeeds is in Vicio. Basically, it's about having that vice of like the person's lips and you just want to give them a kiss over and over, and how you're just addicted to them, right? Addicted to kissing that person. And it's a unique concept, very unique. It's like a drug, right? So it's a very unique concept, and that in that type of genre where she has those like more slower elements, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like, not fetish, but like kind of like the same sphere where it's like more mellow, more chill, and then she's just really speaking and kind of talking her thing. So I think that's where she really does thrive. That's where she thrives. But yeah, and then of course after Revelación, it's I Said I Love You First, right? But before we get to I Said I Love You First, now I'm not the biggest. What's the word? I'm okay. I'm gonna be honest. I'm okay with listening to unreleased music. Um, there's leaks all the time. There's versions of demos that get leaked, and so two of them that I feel like you should listen to from Selena. One you should really check out is I Can't Change for You. I think that sounds beautiful. It's about you changing for someone and just to change yourself to be like the better version of yourself. And then there's times where you know that the relationship's not going over. So you're like, I am not going to do this anymore, right? I'm not going to be this perfect little person anymore. I am going to be who I am, raw. And so that song's very beautiful. I love that song. I think the next song's even better. It's called Complicated. It's with Summer Walker. And it's about a relationship. It's about a relationship that's so complicated that you still want to be with them. And it's very beautiful because it's really R&B with like a hint of like jazz. And I think Selena sounds really well. I love the way she sounds. Her vocals are great. She sounds great with Summer Walker, which you wouldn't think both of them would collab very well. I would have never thought in the world for those two to collab. So I think it was very beautifully done with Complicated. And I really do hope that we get a release, an official release on streaming services or something, because wow, those lyrics are powerful, and the production as well. There's an outro with the production that's just so great. Officially, let's get into I Said I Love You First. I actually love the rollout of this album because we were shocked. We were shocked that she was even releasing an album when we were getting the news that, oh, a new single's coming out, blah, 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 blah. We're like, okay, cool. And a single's coming out. Great. But then it's a full announcement that it's a joint album with Benny Blanco, and it's a full album. It wasn't just a single with Benny Blanco. It was a full blown album. That's something that I was very shocked with. And I was just like so excited for it because we were finally getting a Selena Gomez album after so many years. What, like 5 years? 5 years. That's a long time. To me, that's a very long time. And so I love the rollout of this album. The news got dropped along with the last song off the album called Scared of Loving You. And it was very beautiful acoustic song about her expressing her feelings, being vulnerable. And it was just beautifully done. And so I love the rollout. Then we got Call Me When You Break Up. Then we got Sunset Boulevard. And I think those singles were red herrings. They were not the sound of the album, honestly. I think they're great, solid tracks, but I don't think they were what the album was like representing. The sound, right? Just the sound. The concept's very there, right? The lyrics, the theme of the album fits very well with those songs as well. But I don't think sonically, that's how the song was. That's how the album was going to sound. And so, yeah, I really love the rollouts. I love that, they did interviews with like Jay Shetty. They did interviews with Spotify. They were on Hot Ones. They were with Jimmy Fallon. And I think those interviews really helped people see their relationship because they were giving her so much crap for being with someone like Benny, who, in other words, is unique. It's different. It's not your typical man, quote unquote. And so they were just confused. I'm like, why does she love him? Well, if you watch that Jay Shetty interview and listen to it, you know why. There's a maturity there. There's emotional intelligence there. There's a clear understanding, like, hey, we're engaged and we're gonna be married. It's a partnership. We're here to level each other up. We're here to love each other and just want better for each other. And so I think that level of maturity really showed people like, wow, they have a strong relationship and foundation, right? So I just love that. I love the rollout. I wish that it would still continue or we got another single, because the last single we got was with the album drop, which was Younger and Hotter Than Me. It was a ballad, which I understand, but I feel like we should have gotten like something else, something different, something more upbeat. Just because I want that from Selena. I want an upbeat song. I want to dance. I want to her to go back to those moments. Next, I'll show you guys my track by track review with the next few songs. So at number 5 and 4, I couldn't decide between the two. Okay, so one of them's Ojos Tristes featuring the Marias, and then Blue as Flame, which was written by Charlie XCX. The reason why I can't decide between the two, because I have a problem with both of them, and I love both of them, but there's a little bit of problem with both of them. In Ojos Tristes, Selena sings the first verse, and there's claim that she sings the last verse along with the Marias, but I don't hear her voice. Vocally, I don't hear her voice. I don't know if it's the production or the mixing or what. And so we only get a Selena verse, and then the rest feels like a Maria song, which is not a bad thing. And I know some artists do this where they like give the spotlight to another artist in their album and projects and stuff like that. So I understand. But I think Selena's verse was very beautifully written. It went along great with the story, that I feel like she should have had at least one verse in that song where she sang it herself. Not verse, sorry, chorus. And so I think that would have been the song a lot more of like a duet, which, hey, I love duets. Definitely do more duets. So I think she should have done that with that song. That's my only like, And then next with Blue as Flames, I love her intro. I love the production of the intro of that song where she's just singing the chorus over and over. And it's Selena's voice. Like you can tell it's her voice. It's not then changed to like this auto-tune voice, what happens mid-song. And then she has like one verse and then it's against the chorus over and over and over. So it's very repetitive, which is fine for a pop song and everything like that. But I just wish, because we haven't had a Selena song that was like this, because it was very upbeat. It was very Charlie XCS esque, I would say. You knew that it was kind of like a Charlie song. Selena did a great job, but it just felt like we should have gotten another verse or something else other than just the chorus repeated over and over and over and over so many times in the song. And so that's where I have that issue. Still love the songs, but those were the issues with those two. Number 3, You Said You Were Sorry. Love this song. Only reason why it's number 3, it's because it's a ballad. Girl, I don't want no ballads right now. I really want you to like put us to dance, make us move, something. And You Said You Were Sorry. It's beautifully written. It's about a dream. It's about like you are not having the closure that you needed, so you dreamt about it and now you have it. Like, that's crazy how you would even accept that. And I'm not saying it's good or wrong or bad or what, but that takes a lot of guts to be like, you know what, this person's not gonna apologize. In my dreams they said they were sorry, I forgive you. Like, that's insane for someone to do that, especially someone who hurt you for so many years. And so yeah, it's beautifully done. Like I said, it's a ballad, great production. I think this is one of the stronger production ballads in this album. So I think this is definitely one of my favorites. Number 2, I have Don't Wanna Cry. The reason is very 80s disco-y type, a song. Love that you can dance. Maybe not like full on dance, but you can groove to it. It's just fun. I love the fact that that it's like kind of like it's a more mature topic of like, hey, I don't want to cry. You hurt me so much, but I don't want to cry. It takes a level of like emotional intelligence within you to just be okay, to be like, you know what, stop the tears, stop the tears. And I think sometimes you hit a point when you have those lower moments, or you have had relationships that don't go your way, that you just decide to be like, you know what, I don't want to cry no more. I am done. I am moving on. Right. So I think that's what resonated with me with this song. And at number one, which I spoke about in my monthly favorites, you can watch that video on YouTube. It's actually Cowboy. Cowboy to me feels like it was a song where it talks about connection, true love. It talks about passion. And this is something that I don't think she has really written about to this level, where it's like, it feels very intimate, to be honest. Like, this song feels so intimate. There's times where I listen to it and I'm just like, I don't know if I should be listening to this. It's too personal. It's fun. If you've listened to it, you know what I'm talking about. If you have not listened to it, listen to it without kids around, just because of the fact of the topic. And it's just one of those songs that, of course, how she said it, it's like a good for you fetish type of song. And it is. It's a lot slower than I anticipated. I thought it was going to be a little bit more upbeat or have some more instruments to go along with it. And I wasn't expecting that Glorilla ending, to be honest. I wish you should have had a verse, though, like an actual rap. I think it would have been very cool to see that. I hope she does that in the deluxe version. I'm still hoping there's a deluxe version, because, boy, there's just so much with she released the other tracks on her website that makes a lot of sense, where I'm like, yeah, there should be a deluxe to this. But yeah, that was my number one song, Cowboy. I think that one is still on replay. I'm still playing it. Those are my top 5. I love those songs. I think you should definitely go check those out if you have not. And the storytelling, the lyrics truly do say a lot. They do say a lot. They do speak a lot. The whole topic of this album and theme of like love, connection, the fact that, you know, there's vulnerability there. It's like technically like their love story from like not start to finish, but mostly like what they've both have gone through in the past to now what's happening currently, and then hopefully in the future, like what else is gonna happen. I think it's very beautifully done. I do appreciate this album. I love it. I don't think it's like album of the year category. That I feel like if the deluxe version comes out with what we anticipate, in which a lot of people hope to anticipate the additional tracks of like Talk, which Talk is out on her website or somewhere online. She hasn't officially released it on streaming services. Stained finally got released. We love Stained. It was a leaked track since like 2017, 2016, I think. And I think it's a very strong track. But the reason I didn't put it up there is because, you know, we've listened to that for almost 10 years now. And so it's still very well. I love the production. It's so, what's the word? It's not The Weeknd-esque, but I think of The Weeknd when she sings this song. I think of him. I don't know why, if it's because it got leaked around the time they were together or what, but I really do enjoy this song, and I think it just reminds me of that time of her being with him. But yeah, just everything. Love the vulnerability. It's very raw, I would say. You can hear in her vocals too. A lot of people are like, there's a lot of autotune and all that stuff. I'm like, you know what? I love it. I don't care if she is using autotunes. She's not using autotunes. You can tell by like the production. You can tell that it's her voice. You can really tell like when autotune is added to voices and when it's not. And a lot of times growing up, I really didn't pay attention to that. But then later, and as I got older, I'm like, yes, I can tell. But yeah, just having all of that personal growth, exploration of love, vulnerability, all these things are throughout this album. And I just love it. I really do enjoy this album. I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of the stronger albums. Like I said, it's not like album of the year, but it is a strong project. It's very cohesive. It's something that not a lot of people have given her the credit. They haven't. And I was just kind of mad also at the fact that Interscope like fucked her over in a sense where they were not promoting it. And I understand there's a lot that goes into contracts and all these things, but if you're under a record label and your record label does not support you, girl, get out. Just get out, because you need to find your space, your home, a new record label where they're truly going to support you and see the vision of the artist, because artists like what they put out. They have a vision. Now, Selena's been making music since she's been 16, 17. Now she's 33, going to be 33. Like, hello, she's not new. You don't need to be hovering over her. You not to be coming up with concepts with her or for her. Like, she's able to do that herself with her creative team. So I think that's what happens as artists get older and Interscope, oops, and record labels don't support their artists. It's because of that. They think they still need the artist to, here's the vision, go do it, go follow what we like, go follow the trend. And it's like, no, sometimes artists don't want to follow the trend, and that is okay. And I respect that so much more than them just following the trend over and over and over. So that was Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco's I Said I Love You First. It's a great, solid album. Go check it out. I was just so happy that I was able to actually give you guys my review with this and everything, because it's just beautifully done. I love those two. She's my girl. She's my bias. I would never not love her music. And so, yes, thank you for listening. Subscribe, like if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on streaming platforms, not too sure when this will be on streaming platforms, but if you do hear it on streaming platforms, give me a rating, give me a comment, please. This will help me so much. I'm truly trying and working hard, and I envision myself seeing this my full time and just expressing myself, getting better with my vocabulary, and just having this outlet. I really do enjoy talking about music. What were your favorite top tracks from the album? Link them down below. Comment down below. I really want to hear. I really want to have this conversation. To why? DM me on social media. Like, I love when I get DMs about that. I love when people are like, yes, I agree with that. No, I don't agree with that. But hey, have you listened to this song? Or I prefer this song because of X, Y, and Z. And it's just fun to hear that, to build a community and have those conversations and talk about it. Because honestly, guys, I don't have that in real life. A lot of my family members and relationships, I really don't have those type of conversations, and I just love to talk about them. I'm always commenting on people's posts. I'm always like, hey, yes, I agree with you. I love this song. No, I don't agree with you, but I love these songs. Like, why? And then it's just awesome just to have those conversations. But I want to hear from you. Like I said before, like, subscribe, comment, follow me, follow all my social platforms. I would truly appreciate that. And yeah, guys, remember, okay, say it louder, because it's only Treble.